How to rewrite blog posts the right way in 7 steps. If you're thinking of rewriting blog posts, please understand why you're doing so. Remember that why you are rewriting in the first place. The main point of rewriting is to come up with superior content. This should be your objective. You shouldn't just rewrite somebody else's work because you're trying to fill out a website. That's not going to cut it. If that is your attitude, you probably would be a little bit slack when it comes to quality and user value. Remember why you are rewriting. You're doing this because you have nothing else better to do, not because you have nothing else better to do. Instead, you're doing this because you want to come up with superior content. You want to beat your competition in terms of length as well as the value your content brings to the table. To make this happen, here are the 7 steps you need to follow so you can rewrite blog posts the right way. Step number 1, pick the right posts. What if I told you that not all blog posts out there are worth rewriting? Sure, they get a lot of traffic, but ultimately, if you were to rewrite them, they're probably not going to do you much good. You have to pick the right posts. How do you know? Well, first, the right post must be relevant to the topic of your blog. This is called niche relevance. Next, you have to look at the objective value of the content that you're thinking of rewriting. How many retweets does it get? Does it get a lot of shares on Facebook? Does it get a lot of pins on Pinterest? Is there some sort of objective measure of value that you can go on? Maybe it gets a lot of comments. Whatever the case may be, there has to be some sort of measurement of quality. The next factor you should consider is whether the content can be improved on. Are there any obvious weaknesses to the content? Pay close attention to people's comments. Are they saying that certain parts of the blog post is wrong or outdated? Are people suggesting that there should be an infographic or some sort of additional content so the piece would be better? Pay close attention to these. Finally, when you're picking the right post, you should get additional information from 5 different high-ranking sources. Don't just get all your information from one source. That's not going to do. You're going to fail if you do that. Step number 2, create an outline that includes your sources' common points. Since you are getting information from 5 different high-ranking, highly engaging sources, pay close attention to what they all have in common. Do they talk about a certain theme? Do they keep raising the same talking points? They're doing this for a reason. And those common points must also be found in your rewrite. Step number 3, lay out all your sources' distinctive points. What are distinctive points? These are pieces of information where your sources differ. They may be going on different directions. Study these. Are they relevant to the common points all these sources agree on? If so, include these distinctive points in your outline. Step number 4, find supporting materials for your sources' distinctive points. The interesting thing about different sources is that they often raise sub-issues or subtopics that your target audience members might find fascinating. Be on the lookout for these and find supporting materials that would fully develop these distinctive points. Ultimately, this is the kind of information that will make your rewrite worth reading. Step number 5. Change the order of your points to produce a stronger impact. Just because your sources lay out information a certain way doesn't mean that that is the right way to go. Look at all the information that you've gathered and ask yourself, if I was a member of my target audience, how would I like this information set up? What structure would help me read this whole blog post and get the most value out of it? Structure your outline accordingly. Step number 6. Call your reader to action at the end of each main point. You want your content to be so engaging that people will start from the beginning and finish off at the end. Now, you know and I know that most people are busy. In fact, most consumers of online content simply scan blog posts. I get that. So the key here is to call your reader to action. Remind them of the value they're looking for and how they can get that value either from the passage they just read or the material immediately below each section of your blog post. The key is to get them as engaged as possible so they don't bounce off your page. Step number 7. Revise your content by reading it over and over. Avoid the temptation of just sitting down and writing your content all at once. Let me tell you, that is a surefire way to fail. You have to keep reading your content with a fresh set of eyes. Put yourself in the shoes of people you're trying to reach. What kind of value are they looking for? Revise your content repeatedly until you are satisfied that your blog's readers will add value to their lives by reading your stuff. By following these 7 steps, you end up rewriting blog posts in such a way that your rewrite would be vastly superior than its sources. There is very little room for error when it comes to modern blogging. You have to do it to win. If you like this material, please click the like button on this video, subscribe, and click the bell button to get our latest updates. Please share this video on your social media accounts to help friends and family members level up their writing skills. If you would like a freelance writing job after going through our free online content writing course, our contact information is in the description below. Thank you for watching this video.